What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new YouTube video. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how you can create designs for print on demand completely for free. Okay, so I've made a few tutorials in the past of doing like these longer videos where I create a design, I upload it, I market it, and I promote it through Instagram. But I've been getting some comments that have been relatively frequent where people are asking, well, what do we do? Because we want something for free. We want a free guide. We want a software that we could use for free. We want something that we don't have to pay for. And some of those tutorials, I've used a certain software that you do have to pay a professional membership or a pro membership. That's about $15 to be able to access those tools and actually use them and download a transparent file. So for those who don't know, if you're uploading with print on demand, you're creating a t-shirt design, you're creating a design that's going to go on a mug, a design that's going to go on a tapestry, on a duvet cover. If you're going to have a design that's customized with text, with images, you're going to want something that's going to be transparent. Okay, because really what it's going to look like is it's going to look much cleaner. Only the text and the actual image is going to go on the duvet cover or the t-shirt or whatever it is, as opposed to a boxed image. Okay, and you don't want a boxed image, you want a transparent image. So I'm going to be showing that how to do that today. It's essentially, you could think of it an alternative to Canva. For those who don't know, a lot of people who join the print on demand world use Canva.com. This is going to be a good alternative to this method. Now, something that I do want to say is I'm a big believer in you get what you pay for. Meaning, if you get something for free, you're going to have limited usability out of it. It's not going to work for you in every case. But this is one of those methods that I could say that free is actually pretty decent for the value that you're getting. I mean, you're not paying anything up front, right? So let's go ahead and jump into it now. So there's a software, I've mentioned this software before, called Placeit. Now, every part of our business strategy for print on demand is as follows. We create the design, we upload it to whatever platform we're using, and then we market it, let's say on Instagram, for example. Well, we can do that all throughout Placeit, and we can do this for free. See, Placeit is an amazing platform because it gives the beginner, the person with no income, an ability to get started. Now, I'm not saying that there are other platforms that could do the same thing, but Placeit is, bar none, probably the absolute best platform for this method. Had I known about Placeit when I had first started, Placeit would have been something that I would have used right off the gate, and I'll explain why. When I was creating my white labeled clothing brand, I had to hire models. I had to hire different people to promote the products. I had to do these things that came out of pocket with a high cost. Now, Placeit does have a premium subscription, but they have millions of different assets that you could use completely for free. And like I said, I'm usually a big guy on understanding that, you get what you pay for in this world. But once again, this is something that's amazing, completely for free, that you guys can access. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And without further ado, something that I will say, the link to join Placeit is in the description box down below. When you join the free version, you do not have to add a credit card or anything like that. You can go ahead and use it for free. Okay? Placeit, all right, this is how you're going to get started. You first want to go ahead and, let's say, create a design. So think of the type of design you want to make. So St. Patrick's Day just passed. We might as well just search for St. Patrick's Day t-shirt. All right? Now, when things show up here in the search, for you, it might not, there might be some premium ones, there might be some free ones. First of all, the thing we're going to do is just make sure it says all categories here. And before we even do this, let's just go and type in, St. Patrick's before we do this. And let's go over here and type in free, okay? Hit this free button because you'll be able to see exactly what's free and what's paid. Now, remember the rule to the setup, right? The rule to the setup was the first thing we do is we create our design, then we upload it to whatever platform, then we actually promote it on Instagram. Now, you don't have to promote it on Instagram. You can promote it wherever you want to promote it. You could do YouTube, you could do Facebook, you could do Twitter, you could do, you name it, you could do it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I personally use Instagram because I have a method as to how I do use Instagram and how I actually make money off of Instagram. But it's different for everybody. You could do whatever you want. Now, when we go over here to the free section, notice everything listed here is free, or most of the things rather. So the first thing that they're going to show are those free designs. Now you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 templates here that are free. Now the cool thing about these templates is that we can turn them into an infinity number of designs. If you click here, okay, let's just use this design for example. Let's just wait for it to load. There are different icons that I could change this with. And so I can, for example, let's say I don't want this icon, I can go with this icon. Or I can go with this icon, or this icon, or, you know, whatever really icon I want. I could type in just the word Irish here. If you guys look on the right side of the screen, there's a section where you can upload the graphics. If you are personally one of those people that don't like to invest your money in different softwares, different things, I'm telling you, give Placeit a try. And honestly, over time, when you start to make money, you're going to be like, you know what? I need the full version. I need the premium version because it's going to get me more access to different things. You guys can look over here to the right. I have the unlimited version, the premium version, right? So I get to access all the different graphics because I look at it like this is worth it as a tool. Now, there are a lot of times in print on demand where you're utilizing a tool and you need it to do multiple things for you, right? Multiple different things. So you need, for example, the model to do the marketing, and you might subscribe to one software for that. You might have Canva, for example, to do the design. Well, with this tool, if you're a beginner, like I said, and you're limited on the income that you have, you can use this tool to do everything. Now, like I said, are there better methods out there? Yeah, there are some good methods out there. In fact, some of those methods I've discussed in my course. You guys know the Autopilot Passive Income Design course, the POD Design course. We have a very specific strategy as to how to design optimally, quickly, with a certain setup. We did not discuss Placeit in that course. However, what I said was this is a free method. This is a method essentially for beginners. There's a lot of people who don't want to invest into something before that they know that they can actually make money doing it. So you have a lot of different options here. The cool thing as well is you don't have to just use this template, but you can add graphics to the template. You can add more text to the template. So for example, let's say you want to add another graphic of a clover, right? So let's just search for a clover here, okay? So I can, for example, search for this here, and I can create a clover right here, right, just like this, and I can add another graphic, and I could do the exact same thing on the other side. So I can get fancy with my design. So I'll go take the same design, like right here, put it here, make it similar in size, right? We'll just match them up so that they're the same size roughly, right? Something like this. Let's make this a little bit smaller. And then just put it on this side. So it's something you can kind of play around with it. You can add graphics, you can add more text, you can do however, you essentially you can set it up however you want to set it up. And once again, this is free, right? So you want to keep in mind as well when you're creating your designs that you don't want to upload it with a background color, okay? You want to go over here, select the background button, but select transparent. Now, if you're on Canva and you're on the free version of Canva, you can't do this on Canva. You can't download a transparent version like this. And I'm actually going to download one that's transparent and then one that's not transparent to show you guys what the difference is on, let's say, TeePublic. So what we're going to do is we downloaded one, right? Then we're going to go over here, go to background, select the background. Let's just say this gray background. Let's hit download on this one. And now we have two different ones that we could download. So let me download the first one, which is our transparent version. And then once this is completed, we're going to download our second. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and visit TeePublic here to show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to pause the screen. I'm just going to go ahead and log in real quick. All right, so I'm logged in, and you can see here now I have the ability to download both of my designs here. So let's just head over to our design. Let's download the second one. Now you guys are going to see the difference between the two. So we're going to go ahead and download the second one, which is the not pleasant one. This is the one that's not transparent. And once again, this is not a pleasant design because of that boxy background. You can't do this on really any other software, specifically using Canva, for example. Now, like I said, the methods, for those who are members of the course, the methods that I've described in the course are for the premium group, the group that have the money to invest. Hence why there's a cost of $39.99 to even join the course, right? But you could see here that this is, for example, the design. St. Patrick's Day with a gray background. If we look at actual t-shirts, it will look like this. This is not something that you want. And if you join a software, i.e. Canva, for example, you have to pay money to be able to download the transparent version, the better looking version. And since we have the better looking version, let's go ahead and actually change the artwork, and let's show you what the transparent one actually looks like when uploaded on a design. So let's just go ahead and sit here and wait for a second while it downloads. Just give it a second here, but you're going to see how it's going to look better. Now, I understand that this is a beginner video for most people, and the thing is, guys, is that if you're spending lots of time uploading designs using other softwares, you might want to go ahead and switch your method. So you can see here now, there's no gray box in the background. There's nothing that's blocking the graphic. If you look here as well, we can switch to different colors. And the way you know that you upload a transparent design is if the colors in the background of the shirt switch. So here's a brown, for example, and here's maroon, and here's white, and here's black, for example. So you have different designs here. And you can get as fancy or as complicated as you want with Placeit and choose kind of the different graphics where they fit, how they work, and things like that. Now, once again, I want to be clear, guys. The focus of your print-on-demand journey should be speed, efficiency, and quality, okay? All that at the end of the day leads to productivity, right? And I've said this in the course as well. I've said this on the front page of the course. Speed, efficiency, quality leads to productivity. If you're not designing fast enough and you're designing really, really high-quality designs, you're not going to make any money. If you're doing 1,000 designs a day, but they're not good quality, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to be productive. So there's a good happy medium between the two. There's an easy way to figure that out. Do you have 1,000 designs and you're not making any money? Well, that means you're not productive. The designs are just simply not that good. Now, that might be a harsh reality for some people, but it's the truth. Now, if you're designing with a good design quality, like a really good design quality, but you're just not putting enough out there, you're still not going to make enough sales. Now, you might have a few here and there, but it's not going to be something to really move the needle. It's not going to be something that you could, for example, walk away from your day job from. It's just not going to work out. And this is why I say to people, there's over 800,000, maybe even 900,000 at this point, plus designers on Redbubble, for example, right? Out of those 900,000, most of them don't make money. We're talking about 80%. Why do you think that is? It's because they're either messing up in one of the directions where either the quality is just straight up bad quality, and no, it's not. And you know, guys, honestly, I'm using the word bad quality, but take that with a grain of salt. Maybe it's just not desirable. Desirable should be the word, right? That should be the real word that I use. It's not desirable from a consumer perspective, or maybe you're just producing designs that are really high quality, but there's just not enough of them. And so if you're not producing enough designs, you're not going to be seen in the marketplace by enough people. And we know that the average conversion rate on each Redbubble store is about 1% to 2%, maybe even less than that. In fact, some are, and we're talking about successful stores, the average conversion rate from a successful store, by the way, not from a unsuccessful store or all stores. An unsuccessful store, you're going to be sitting around 0%, right? For me, if the store makes only 1 sale, 2 sales a month, that's still relatively unsuccessful. The way I look at it is, does the store achieve your goals? Does the store fulfill your financial needs? If it doesn't, then it's an unsuccessful store. And it's okay if it's unsuccessful. Sometimes you just need a little time to build it up, right? But then again, guys, you know, the amount of, you know, essentially designs that you produce, your output, is crucially important. There are people who, for example, and I was going to do this video, but I was going to go back in time to look at the old Redbubble review videos that we did and look at where the stores are now, you know, 4 months later, 6 months later, 5 months later, and see what they're producing. The thing is, the sad news is I looked at a lot of those stores where I gave certain tips on them, and nobody went back and improved them. Nobody went and changed the things that they said they were going to change. The people who asked for the Redbubble reviews, you know, didn't do anything different. I mean, I remember a store that had 8 designs, and I said, listen, you just need more designs. I mean, you're not going to get a sale until you get more. And guess what? The person had 17 designs. I was going to say 17 designs. Guys, that doesn't move the needle. You need a lot more than that. In fact, I always say now, and I don't know if I'll always say it, but I definitely do say it now, especially the past few weeks, is that you should have at least 300 designs per store. I don't care what store you should have at least 300 designs per store on any platform, whether it's TeePublic, whether it's Redbubble, because if you don't, you're not going to know what it feels like to really make any kind of money, even get your first sale. Some people, they don't get their first sale until they create their first 300 designs. Some people don't get their first sale until they're creating 500 designs, 1,000 designs. But all that's relative towards their design quality and, more importantly, the traffic they're getting. Now, when you're focusing on generating traffic for your Redbubble store or TeePublic store or anything like that, well, then the prime mover of that is your tags and your title. Now, when I talk about traffic, keep in mind I'm talking about organic traffic through SEO. I'm not talking about social media traffic, because social media traffic is the steroid to your rocket, the fuel to your rocket, if you will. Because what I could do is I can create a store with 500 products that don't get seen by a single human being because the tags are so bad, but then I can go ahead and use a bot or through Instagram or an automator, and I can get tons of traffic now. I can get 40, 50, 60 visitors a day to my Redbubble store. But think about it. Am I really getting organic traffic? The answer is no, because I'm utilizing a tool to get me that traffic. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a great tool, and a lot of people take advantage of it because they think that, oh wow, just because I'm getting sales using Instagram, now all of a sudden I don't need to focus on my tags. But that's the worst thing you could do, because without your tags, without your, optimizing your tags properly, your business is never going to be a passive income business. You're always going to be sitting there working to try to get a sale, right? And so this is why I say in the beginning, guys, focus on learning your tagging. Focus on learning all that to be set up. Focus on creating good design quality. Focus on uploading a high amount, right? Once you upload enough, let's just say to Redbubble, right? Once you upload enough to Redbubble, then what you could do is you could take some time and utilize the Instagram method that I showed before. And for those who don't know about the Instagram method, it's very simple. You use a tool to engage with other folks, to get followers, to get likes, to get whatever you want to get. And you can see here, we're getting people all the time, right? Followers, likes, comments. We're getting things like that to our business because we're utilizing Instagram promotional methods. Now, this is just a demo store that I've used publicly to show people, but you can see here, the way it works is you just pull up an account. So let's just say this account here that's similar to mine. You pull up a list of people. You utilize a tool or a bot or an automator in this case to go ahead and do this. And you can see here, this tool, for example, I could go ahead and I can engage with every single person who likes this photo. So I pulled up the amount of people who like this photo. I pull out my tool here and I go ahead and start performing follows. So I'll just alter the settings here just to go ahead and show you guys. I'm going to set it from 1 to 5 seconds to perform a follow. And I'm going to hit start performing follows. And every 1 to 5 seconds, this tool will follow somebody. Now, if you look at the people who liked this actual photo, guys, who do you think are the people that are actually going to like it? They're not going to like it for no random reason. They're going to like it because they genuinely like that content. Well, guess what? They like that content. I'm following these people. That means they're probably going to like my content too. So if I just stop the bot here and I just show you guys exactly what I'm doing, let me just go ahead and stop it before it follows everybody here. If you just see here, it followed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people already. If you look at this content is somewhat similar to mine. Like, the concept is the same. So what that means is I'm increasing my chance of getting valuable followers that are targeted. Now, had you paid for Instagram ads to do this, right? If you paid the ad system to get a few followers, you'd be paying $2, $3, $4 a follower, right? Especially if you're going to show the ad to thousands and thousands of people, then let's say you get 40, 50 followers, you're going to be spending maybe $200, right? But if you use the tool, you're saving yourself money. Now, once again, yes, this is a cheat code, but you don't rely on the cheat code, because those followers, yes, they will buy your designs, but you're not truly learning what SEO is. You're not truly learning what, building your business through a passive income method is, right? Because yes, this is easy to do. It takes 2 clicks to do, right? You just turn it on, you set up the tool, you type in the number. It takes 2 seconds to do. It's easy work. It gets you easy sales. But what lessons do you really learn through that process? You just learn how to make money quick. Doesn't really help you though. You gotta, and from a financial standpoint, it helps you. But here's the thing, guys. This is unfortunately what a lot of my clients had a problem with in the past was, I always said, guys, you can use an Instagram bot all you want, but you have to realize that this is a method of income that you have to turn on to utilize. If God forbid something happens to Instagram automation one day, what are you going to do? You're not going to make a dime anymore because you don't know how to do SEO, you don't know how to do your marketing, you don't know how to do your tagging. Like I said, Instagram should be the last resort to get you to, make sales. What you really should be focusing is on your tags, on your title, on your design quality, on your output. Once you get all that done and you achieve those specific skills, then you move on to the social media. Then you move on to the Pinterest, the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTubes, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't come before then. Now, something that I do want to say is, if you look at the way people tag are actually hurting their sales. Now, you want to look at, for example, Redbubble, and we'll talk about this in the future, but Redbubble has a very specific method as to how to get your design seen, how to get your design seen. The problem is people are tagging the opposite way. They're doing non-relevant tags, they're messing up from a whole tagging perspective, and we've actually talked about all of these different methods in the course. So if you're interested in the course and you want to learn how to tag properly and you feel like this is a problem for you, then you should check out the course. But here's the thing. The best and the easiest way to know if your tagging is lacking, right, then it's very simple. You go to your Redbubble, your whatever print-on-demand store, and you check your traffic. Let's just say Redbubble example, because this is a Redbubble tag course. You go to Redbubble, you check your traffic, and you compare your traffic to the amount of designs that you have. So for example, if you have 60 designs in your store, and you're not getting at least 60 visits per day on your store, then you're not making enough visits. You're not making enough traffic, and that's a problem with your SEO. That's a problem with the way you're titling your products. That's the problem also with the way you're tagging your products, right? So essentially the rule is at least one visit per day per product. But 2 is a little bit better. 3 is phenomenal, but I would say at least 1. Now, this is an average, so you're going to have some designs that get you 0 traffic. That's perfectly fine. On average, on a daily basis, 0 traffic, okay? But then you have other designs that might get you 5 to 10 visitors a day. Now, if you're looking through the Redbubble dashboard, you're not going to be able to tell which one is which. You're not going to be able to tell which one's getting you the most visits, which is why I highly recommend you go ahead and connect your Redbubble to your Google Analytics, which I've shown how to do that before, which does tell you how many visits, impressions, whatever you want to call it, that each design does get. And yes, visits and impressions are completely different because visits are considered clicks in my book. Impressions are just, when your thing pops up. But anyways, you want to go ahead and take that approach. That approach is crucially important because if you're not getting at least 1 visit per design, right, then that means something is going wrong with your tagging, with your titling, with your traffic acquisition. Now, if we reverse engineer what traffic acquisition is, it's your tagging and titling in terms of organic, okay? But now, if you want to look at your designs and you say, okay, if my designs are getting traffic, but they're not getting sales, then it's because your designs are lacking. The design skill is lacking. And inside this design course, I've specifically shown everybody not only how you can create designs quickly. I created over 60 designs in 30 minutes. I think 63 designs in 34 minutes or something like that. But also designs in different niches, different categories, but more importantly, without doing the niche research, and on top of that, with the 3-step system that I've included, I've shown specifically how to do attractive designs. Because it's not just enough to create a whole bunch of designs. But if they're not attractive, then why wouldn't, nobody's going to buy them. Why would they buy them, right? And we have to keep in mind that the person on TeePublic, the person on Redbubble, the person on any of these platforms, even on Shopify, if you have a Shopify print-on-demand store, why would somebody go out there and spend their hard-earned money on a product that you made? Why would they do that? They're only going to do that if they feel like the design is attractive. Now, the reality is, and the harsh reality is that when people look at the data, when they look at the statistics and they look at their designs and they see that they don't measure up, what happens is they give up. And that's the worst thing you can absolutely do, is you give up. That is by far the worst thing you could do. And the reason why is because all that work you did in the past is blown away. All of it. Every single minute that you spent on that computer, designing, tagging, trying to do whatever you could possibly can, even if it was for failure, it's blown away. Why? Because now you know what you're doing wrong. And if you know what you're doing wrong, well, then now you can correct it and do what's right. But the reality is people don't want to do what's right because that's the hard thing to do. And that's it's hard to move forward in life. It's hard to do things that you simply don't want to do. And at the end of the day, everybody has the choice. So hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully, if you guys are part of that free group who are just, you're not willing to invest, you're not willing to spend, listen, I can't blame you. I don't know what position financially everybody's in. I know at the end of the day, when I first started, it was very, very difficult to invest for me. I couldn't afford the models in the beginning. I couldn't afford the photo shoots. I couldn't afford all those things. The only way I was able to afford them is after I would sell product and I would have enough money where I saved up, I would eventually go hire those people. But now you kind of don't really need to do that. Everything is involved for you here. After you create a design, after you upload your design to the marketplace, you can go ahead and find a model where you can mock it up on, right? You just search for model, right? Let's go ahead and actually do that right now just so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. If we just select the word model and we go over here to free, right? There's going to be thousands of models that we can use, different images completely for free. Now, I'm not even sure. Here we go. Not designs. Here we go. Search for model, all categories. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Just give it a second. Model, you have a free one here. Let's select free on the left side. And there you go. You have thousands of designs for free, right? So the tools are out there, guys. It's just a matter of you doing it, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.